Alright, so here in Australia, our full moon actually falls just inside of Thursday, the 21st of October. We're just before 2 a.m. So most of the rest of the world experiences this next full moon on Wednesday. And so I'm going to really recommend, if you're considering doing meditation, healing work, spells, any of that kind of, anything to really work with that full moon energy, then if you can, Wednesday night is going to obviously be the best time. That's when that energy is going to be probably the most heightened. I'm not saying stay up till 2 in the morning, but you can certainly do a lot of your work, your healing work and manifesting work on the Wednesday night in particular. So do hold that in mind. Having said that though, there's always particularly 3 days that will be the best days to really work with that energy. So if you can't do something on the Wednesday night, please know Wednesday, Thursday or Friday here in Australia, they're going to be our best 3 days. If you are elsewhere in the world, you might find Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, but anywhere around there is going to be like your most heightened energy days. I always like to throw out a couple of extra places in the world sometimes. So London, it's going to be on the 20th at 3:56 p.m. and in New York it is also going to be on the 20th at 10:56 a.m. As always, every full moon there is a lot that we can do. So things like creating moon water, make sure you charge your crystals, definitely get those out to charge in the beautiful energy. Doing things like your meditation, doing divination, any kind of healing work is going to be heightened. Any spell work, any manifesting work, all of this energy is going to be really heightened at the full moon. So we can do any of that kind of work, ritual work, magical work. But specifically with Aries full moon energy, it's a real fiery energy. So things like putting energy behind success, leadership and authority, new beginnings, rebirth type energy, it's all going to be really powerful. Being assertive, self-reliance, being spontaneous, being fearless, doing any work around clearing away fears, and also clearing away anger. This is going to be a really powerful time for that. Aiding confidence, courage, bravery, learning new things, our willpower, increasing our own physical energy levels as well. This is all going to be a really powerful time for all of those key areas basically. So if any of those kind of grab your attention and you're like, yes, I need to work with that, then that's the area to kind of focus for yourself. Especially because we've just had this 1010 energy portal, and that 1010 energy portal is focused on new beginnings and manifesting new beginnings. I find that I'm really called with this Aries full moon, I find I'm really called with that manifesting side to really kind of, you could repeat anything you've done at that 1010 energy portal, you could certainly repeat or build on at this coming full moon, because it's just going to keep expanding and adding a lot of action and fiery energy behind it. And I always think of with Aries, it's like the ram, and he kind of tends to put his head down and kind of run at things. It's that kind of energy. It's really very fiery, very action orientated, lots of movement kind of energy. So it's going to really help push things forward for you. So, it's definitely a really great manifesting energy to work with at this Aries full moon. So consider, what are the hopes and dreams that you maybe want to put some energy behind? And is there, do you want to work with that perhaps through things like vision boards? You could do a lot of journal writing and write dot points and get really specific around these hopes and dreams, rather than perhaps just having a vague idea about perhaps the house that you want to manifest or the holiday that you'd really love to have. Maybe get really specific and jot down in dot point or with lots of lots of paragraphs and words around what does that look like, what does that feel like. That can be a really powerful way to manifest by itself, just putting words and a lot of detail behind what it is that you're wanting, what you want to manifest and create. Know that too with things like vision boards. You can either do one vision board that kind of contains lots of areas of your life and things that you want to manifest or experience, or you can actually do individual vision boards where you focus on different areas of your life, and really kind of hone in once again in those particular areas. The things that you want to manifest, experience, feel, people you want to meet, all those kind of things. It's not just about items to manifest and have. It's also about experiences, things you want to do. It's kind of all areas, even just things you want to feel, at work. I want to feel safe. I want to feel supported. It can contain all of those aspects, not just this particular job title and this particular amount that I want to earn. Actually putting some of those feeling energies behind what we want to manifest can actually really amplify that ability to manifest and that energy to create a lot faster. So know that our feelings really do help with the manifesting that we do. So don't throw those away. And for those of us that are real big feelers, it's not a bad thing. It can be a really powerful and really positive thing. So, please know that, and please use that to the best of your ability. When it comes to spell work for our manifesting, you can do really simple things. For something like an Aries full moon, I definitely feel called to use candles. I am a big candle person anyway, but definitely candle magic tends to really tie in beautifully with that Aries fiery energy. So you could do something like charging up a candle between your two hands and putting all those thoughts and intentions and feelings around what you want to manifest into that candle. Or you can, add steps and make it a bit more elaborate, perhaps carving into your candle, adding some oils that tie in with that, adding some herbs, adding some crystals, and you could make it as elaborate as you like. I know that our full moon box that we did for October is really focused around manifesting, and so there's a specific spell in that. But I also have some specific spells to help you with manifesting desires, hopes and goals, on the online Book of Shadows on Mystical Dragon's website as well. So mysticaldragon.com.au. You can check that out if you want some. It's free, and it has specific spells that are in there with all the steps and what you need in there as well, if you're particularly wanting a spell. And we did sell out of our full moon boxes as well. So unfortunately, we don't have any more of those for sale. Specific coloured candles, when we're wanting to manifest like this, probably something like a red or a gold, you can actually tie it into whatever it is, like that specific goal that you might have. So that can vary it. But also I'd say to you, if in doubt, just go to a white candle, because white is that perfect colour that will cover off on any focus. So if in doubt, use a white candle. But definitely the red candle or a gold candle would really harness a lot of that fiery energy and put a lot of energy behind your manifesting. It's also good to choose a crystal that might tie in with whatever it is that you're wanting to manifest as well. So a bit like with your candle, think about, what is it that you want to put your energy behind, and see if you can tie in a particular crystal. And instead of doing a spell or anything, you can actually just charge up a crystal with that intent in the same way we would with a candle, and then carry that with you. And allow that crystal energy to work with you and help to inspire you and guide you on the appropriate paths to the appropriate opportunities in your life as well. So consider things like a jade crystal could be a good crystal for anything that's money or work related in particular. Fluorite would be a good one for anything connected to study. There would be rose quartz would be a good one for relationships or any matters of the heart. So just, do a little bit of research if you're not really sure about your crystals. or see what crystal you're guided to assist you with whatever it is that you are, trying to manifest or wanting to manifest this full moon. Charoite, Tracy, charoite is a really beautiful crystal. I wouldn't necessarily say it's connected with that fiery energy, but charoite is a really beautiful, it does have an element of calming and clearing some of that anxiety, but it's also got a really high vibration with it, so it'll really help to connect you to your intuition and higher self, higher purpose, and help to guide you on those intuitive levels. So that'll be a really beautiful crystal for you when it comes, I'm sure, to help guide you to all those appropriate doorways and opportunities that are ahead for you. This will also be a really great time, our Aries full moon, to focus on things like willpower, confidence and courage and bravery. So if you kind of need to boost this particular area for yourself, then this might be a focus to utilize at this full moon. Certainly we can do things like spells, and I have a spell for courage that's on our online Book of Shadows. I also have an inner strength charm bag recipe that is on our Book of Shadows, on the online Book of Shadows as well. So if this is an area that you want to work on or boost, then either of these might be really good. The charm bag gives you directions how to create your own little charm bag full of herbs and crystals and things, and then you carry that with you, which helps to kind of bring that inner strength energy with you everywhere that you go. So that can be, I really love that particular charm bag. It can be a really great tool and an aid for you when you're working on this, just to give you that extra confidence maybe to speak up or to take the steps that you've been thinking about or dreaming about taking but haven't quite had the guts to actually take those steps or to do those things that you need to do. So this can be the time to put energy into those areas so that you do take those steps or say those words or do whatever it is that you perhaps need to do, or make the changes you need to change but haven't just quite felt like you're confident enough within yourself to be able to do that. This would also, because of this, be a really great time to do work around your solar plexus chakra, because this is where that kind of willpower energy really sits for us. So if this is something you struggle with, you might consider perhaps doing some meditation that really connects with rebalancing the solar plexus. You might reach for some yellow crystals and program them and charge them up with that energy to assist you on that willpower and confidence level. I find that the orange crystals are also really helpful for this too, and sometimes rather than solar plexus I feel called to work with the navel or both, because I find they can both hold that type of energy. So this could be a great time to do healing work or chakra work, particularly at this time, to help boost that area for you if you're feeling called that that's an area to work on. If that's something you want to work on and you want to do a little candle spell, then connect in that color candle once again. So maybe a yellow candle or an orange candle, and charge it up and allow that to burn down, and putting that energy out there to heal that solar plexus or the navel chakra and help put energy into willpower and self-confidence and those types of areas as well. And I felt really called earlier today when I was thinking about tonight. They were talking to me about a courage oil. And so if you need that little bit more courage and confidence for yourself, then you could create a little oil blend to be able to anoint yourself, perhaps in the morning before you're going out, or if you've got a meeting and you need that courage and confidence boost, you could anoint yourself before the meeting. That beautiful scent can really help just to boost you and remind you, it's okay to step into my power. And the oil blend that came through today was rosemary, frankincense, peppermint and cedarwood, and of course we would put that in a base of something like your sweet almond oil or whatever base oil that you happen to have at home. I was even given specifically 3 drops rosemary, 3 drops peppermint, 2 frankincense and 1 cedarwood. That'll be a really beautiful blend to work with. I love it, David. Courage equals vodka. Very good. So perhaps that might be something to try. You don't need to make up heaps of it, just make up, just a little bit for yourself, because a little bit will go a long way. And like I said, I like to use the oil blends like that, and I'll anoint my pulse points, put a little bit and that way you can smell it and run it through your aura as well when you know that you particularly need that energy, or even just as a way to help like set yourself up for the start of that day, or like I said, before that meeting, or whatever it is that you're feeling that you need that extra bit of willpower and confidence and all of those things. So that's just a few ideas on the willpower side of things. The last area that I wanted to focus on, because I usually just pick out 2 or 3 areas, is helping to control our fear or anger. So this really stands out to me with this particular Aries full moon. Might be an area that you want to work on and put healing energy into. Of course, we can do healing on any area of our life that we need to. And Aries, so full moon is great for all types of healing. The Aries full moon in particular will really boost the face and the brain and the head, so any healing on those areas. But it will also boost when we're trying to work on controlling fear and controlling anger. So for me, straight away, when I think about that, controlling fear and anger, first thing I think of, rose quartz is such a beautiful crystal, and I find it's such a helpful one if you're struggling with anger and being really angry. And honestly, I see lots of people really struggling with frustration and anger at the moment. And I know here in Victoria, we're still in lockdown, we're trying to tread water, we're trying to get to the end of all this. It's really easy to be frustrated and angry at a lot of the things that are going on for us. So if that's something you're really struggling with at the moment, perhaps try and do some spiritual work on that. Reach for some rose quartz, which will really help you, and start carrying that with you, or have it beside the bed, or tuck it under the pillow. Have it around everywhere. You can pop it in the bath as well. You can add it. Rose quartz is really safe to add to your drinking water as well, to help really get that energy nice and deep and help to bring some calm. It helps to release anxiety, and it really helps to transmute anger for us as well. On the fear side of things, black obsidian, it tends to be a crystal that I reach for to assist us with fear. So if we're struggling with fear and all of those things that are going on that level, then perhaps black obsidian might be one for you to reach for at this moment to assist you with that. Same sort of thing. We can literally kind of coat ourselves in these crystals if we feel the need to. So, you can carry it on yourself, wear it, have it in the rooms, tuck it under your pillow beside the bed. And black obsidian is another one that we can add to our water safely as well. When we add crystals to our water, it's best to use the tumbled versions if you can. They just tend to work better than your roughs, because you don't end up losing any kind of little bits and pieces in your water as you might with a rough crystal. So know that can be really helpful for you. You can do burning rituals, is the thing that I'm really called when it comes to this type of healing. So when I say a burning ritual, yes, you can charge up a candle. And I would suggest, if this is something you're working on, then probably something like a black candle, because black candles are perfect for releasing and shifting and dissolving energy. So you might want to charge up a black candle. But simply writing things out. So, if you're really struggling with anger and frustration, write down, sit and don't censor yourself. Just write. What is it that's frustrating you? What's making you angry? Write it out on a piece of paper, or pages if you have to. And then with your candle, light your candle and light your words and set them on fire, and have a little conversation with universe, asking universe to help you to release this, to transmute this energy, because we really don't want to be carrying that. It's too heavy an energy for us to be carrying it. And we tend to lash out and hurt the ones we really care about when we're really, bogged down with that kind of energy. So, doing a little releasing ritual can be really helpful for that. Call in any divinity that you feel really connected to or guided to assist with that if you do that type of burning ritual. You can call in angels. So Archangel Michael is a big favorite for a lot of people, and he's a really protective energy, also a really strong healing energy too. Or you could ask for someone like Archangel Raphael, who's a really great healing energy, or call in whichever god or goddess you feel really called to. For me, it'd probably be Goddess or Set or Isis. I love working with her energy, and I find she's a great comfort and a great healing energy. But equally, any divinity would certainly assist you with that type of work and being able to release that type of energy. And you know, we can keep things really simple as well, like just sitting out under the moon, hopefully we have some nice weather, and having a conversation with universe out loud or in our own mind, and just, you know, please can you assist me with this particular area of my life, help me to manifest this, or help me to release this, or help boost me in this particular area, help to guide me on the right path in the right direction. You know, have those conversations. I love the heartfelt conversations. I find can be really powerful way to manifest or release for us as well. So don't feel you have to have specifically written words that, you know, somebody's kind of channeled or brought through for a particular spell or ritual. You know, those words from the heart can be really powerful, and you don't have to have lots of ritual around them. It can just be sitting out having that conversation. That can be, you know, such a big shift in your life, or shift for you personally. So please consider that as well. You know, it doesn't have to be something big and formal that you do at this particular full moon, or any full moon in the future as well. So I hope that has helped to give you guys some ideas. Our beautiful Laura from Amethyst Light Therapies will also be running her guided meditation with sound. She does beautiful vocal toning and her singing bowls, including the crystal bowls, and the guided meditation at that full moon is always connected into that full moon energy, that specific one. So that will be running on Wednesday night at 8 p.m. So if you are, you know, looking for something to be able to do that really ties in with this full moon energy, that can be a really great way to start your evening before you move into any kind of spell work or manifesting or healing or other things that you intend to do. So I will drop the link for that in the comments after I finish here for anyone that's looking for it, but it is also under our events. You'll find the links and information in there as well. So oh yes, thank you, David. They're always, and Fran, they're beautiful meditations, always worth doing. Laura does a beautiful job with them. So I really hope that you find or have found an area that's really calling to you for this particular full moon that's coming up. Take care of yourself, guys, with all this energy that we're being bombarded with. Make sure you're a bit gentle on yourself. Take care of yourself. You know, if you need to do a bit of extra self-care, then don't be frightened to do that. It's always worth, you know, looking after ourselves and trying to look after ourselves first, not making ourselves the last priority. Hopefully we'll get some nice weather in the next few days to be able to do some moon gazing and stargazing and get out in the garden and all those beautiful things that I love to do myself. Thanks, guys. Well, you guys all take care. Have a really beautiful weekend and a beautiful full moon next week. And I hope to connect with you guys again really soon. Sending out loads of love to you all.